Entrepreneurship experts often emphasize the importance of lean startup and bootstrapping for launching and building a business. But what does that look like, especially for a nonprofit? Today, I'm talking with Samantha Asprelli, founder of Give and Glow, about her entrepreneurship journey and the strategies she used to build her nonprofit startup. Thanks for being with me, Samantha.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to chat today.
So, what inspired you to create Give and Glow?
Wow. Well, at Give and Glow, we believe confidence creates opportunity. And ever since eighth grade, for about 8 years now, I have seen nonprofits donate food and clothing and volunteer and give back with the basic necessities. And coming to college, I really knew that for me, confidence, going onto a new campus and meeting new people, for me, walking out the door with a face of makeup, a jewelry, and nice clothing made me feel like I can show up to the best of my abilities. And I wanted to provide that opportunity for women in need that I knew couldn't allocate their budget to these beauty products that we know give us confidence. And that's why I wanted to start Give and Glow to redirect all of this excess inventory that the beauty brands, influencers, and generous donors have it right in our homes into the hands of women in need to fill in the small gaps and moments in their day where they can look in the mirror and see more than just their circumstances and smile and get ready for the day in a way that they can show up to the best of their abilities and deserve to feel confident and dignity and worthy.
So, how did you convince makeup companies and influencers to donate their products?
It has been incredibly hard. And, you get 100 no's just to celebrate that one yes. And every no is one step closer to a yes. And that's how we started. It was the cold emails, but really leaning into the unique value proposition that Give and Glow has to offer for these brands, where we can unlock this potential with all of their inventory that's going to go expired, go into the landfill, but we can be the fast redistribution network that they need to give their products to women who deserve it. And they have that power right in their hands. And all they need to do is provide us with the opportunity to tap into our nonprofit network and give the women the opportunity to learn about makeup, feel beautiful, and understand how to use it and put it on themselves. And that is all up to the influencers and brands that have the opportunity. And it has been wonderful sharing with them the testimonials that they are able to create with the women that they serve through Give and Glow. And it's just a wonderful relationship that we're privileged to be on both sides and communicate the benefits to both of them.
So, what was your first big yes? Do you remember it?
Yes, First Aid Beauty out in Newton, Massachusetts. So they're local. And I was a sophomore in my dorm at the time, and they sent us 200 face creams to my Northeastern dorm, and we were hiding them under all of the dorm furniture so it didn't take up too much room. And it was just so incredible. And now we have Elf, Glossier, Thrive Cosmetics, Physicians Formula, all in our network to tap into when they need to get rid of their excess inventory. They know who to trust when it comes to redirecting their product to women who deserve it.
So, your business, it also relies on volunteers.
It does.
How do you manage that, especially in the beginning? How did you attract and then obviously retain the very best volunteers?
It's been amazing. And first of all, the Northeastern University community of volunteers was our first to introduce students to this philosophy of giving back with beauty, whether that is packaging care packages, going to homeless shelters and handing out product. We were able to receive feedback from our student community to then be able to go to larger corporations with maybe a group of 30 volunteers to come to our warehouse and have a flawless experience packing wish list boxes from our warehouse. All of these items go into boxes that anybody can grab a wish list and pack a box for a nonprofit that they will then meet the nonprofit at the warehouse and they can give it to them right there. So it was working with students and understanding how to bring the Give and Glow experience to life, and then bringing in corporations who do ask for volunteer opportunities for their companies. They're local to our Westboro warehouse. They come and visit. They bring food and coffee and the music. And then they just have a wonderful time packing up boxes. And we make it very easy for them to have a great time and give back in such a meaningful way.
So obviously, you also want to get your beauty products and the kits to the right people. So what was that process? And then also making sure that, it was with dignity. What did that look like along the way?
Absolutely. And we're still figuring that out now. But our strict philosophy is that we donate directly to nonprofits. So Give and Glow does not fulfill individual requests or anything like that. We don't give out swag bags for conferences or auction items. It's directly to nonprofits that can cut through the red tape and serve the women that are most vulnerable in our communities. And we trust our partners in that way. We make sure that they're mission aligned, whether that is domestic abuse recovery, addiction recovery, healthcare, homelessness, low income, food pantries. Any woman that considers themselves in need with a nonprofit organization that they're affiliated with, we will donate to them. And to your point about ensuring dignity when we give product, we make sure that the box that the nonprofit is receiving has a diverse array of product, diverse in hair types, and skin tones for anyone to be able to open up that box and say, there's something in here for me that excites me, as well as leaning into our local Massachusetts nonprofit ecosystem to serve them more often on the holiday celebrations where women deserve to be celebrated, whether that's the holiday season, Valentine's Day, or Mother's Day. We want to make sure that our local community is getting the in-person experience that we can offer them multiple times a year, rather than Give and Glow casting a wide net across the country and shipping boxes to nonprofits that we know that there are other resources more locally that would better suit their mission. So we really want to be intentional about the local community nonprofits and their missions, and then making sure that we have the right products that we're providing the community to have the women have the best experience possible.
What has been the toughest aspect of building Give and Glow?
We are low on cash and we need the financial resources to redistribute the incredible volume of product that we have. Since our founding in August of 2023, we have redirected $2.1 million worth of beauty products. And that's with very limited cash and a lot of nonprofits coming to pick up their donations or helping cover the shipping price when it comes to shipping boxes. So, in terms of the hardest part, it's been serving with dignity and the volume that we have without the cash resources that we need to make sure that the Give and Glow experience is there every single time.
So, what lessons about building a nonprofit business have you learned along the way?
Never be afraid to share your story because you never know who knows someone who has a resource, who has a warehouse or a large truck. Everyone is willing to lend a hand. They just might not know how. And at Give and Glow, we really want to emphasize, although this is a very women focused mission, we have so many men who ship the boxes, who receive the boxes. They deliver things for us. They help us carry all of the heavy makeup. And they do so much for Give and Glow that we would not be able to survive without them. And it's such an important message to say anybody can be great because anybody can serve. And that's what Give and Glow wants to emphasize, that any resource that anyone has that would be beneficial to making women feel confident. We want your help. We need your help. The need for essential resources as well as Give and Glows has never been greater. And we just want to be able to help our community in the best way possible by uniting everyone around us under our mission.
And so, right now, everything does rely on donations, volunteers, and then you're hoping to get maybe some funding, any grants.
Yes, we have been super fortunate to receive a grant from the Forest Foundation from Boxford, Massachusetts, but we're looking to more organizations who see the vision of what Give and Glow is trying to achieve, just like the Forest Foundation did. Because of the Forest Foundation, we have been able to scale our intake of donations that we can handle in our warehouse we've been able to facilitate more on site volunteer experiences for volunteers, for corporations to be able to bring in more money to continue generating revenue for our experiences. And we've also been able to deploy makeup artists and volunteers into homeless shelters without our supervision because they know how to give the Give and Glow experience. So we can use a lot more of those resources, maybe thinking about scaling this across cities. And all we need is the community's help, especially when it comes to the financial resources to be able to give away all of the product that we're so fortunate to have.
What are your future plans for Give and Glow?
We have three pillars for our future, and that is to focus, systematize, and sustain. So, our focus is on recurring partnerships with nonprofits and making sure we're building those relationships. Systematize is to really create a system for the inbound donations that are coming. How do we manage all of the inventory that's coming, as well as an allocation system for when it goes out? How can we be more efficient when it comes to allocating the inventory and assigning that to our nonprofits? And then to sustain, we want to sustain those two goals and making sure that it is manageable for a graduating senior from Northeastern who's also thinking about full time, making sure that Give and Glow can operate on its own with the incredible volunteers and that it's a well oiled machine moving forward.
Any mistakes and maybe a lesson you learned from it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the mistakes are what makes Give and Glow so great. And always coming back to our mission is what's very important. And I think the one that I can speak to most is we try to scale too fast on our own. And the two lessons that come from that is you don't have to say yes to everything if you can't serve in the dignified way that the nonprofits deserve, as well as radical collaboration is what moves your mission forward. You can't do everything on your own, and leaning into other nonprofits and their distribution network, their connections, providing them with the Give and Glow resources and sharing the wealth brings our mission so much further than we ever could on our own. So our mistake was we scaled too fast, too quickly, and we tried to do it just ourselves without any partnership. And it's very important to lean on others when they lean on you, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship. And moving forward, we're going to serve with intention and dignity. And I'm proud to say that no nonprofit has ever come back with any complaints or changes to their donation. Nothing has ever showed up damaged. It has all been received with such happiness, but making sure that we can continue to elevate that experience is our priority.
It's been so inspirational, Samantha. So proud of you. And it's incredible everything that Give and Glow has done for the community. Thank you so much. I'm Kim Edelston with Entrepreneur Innovation Exchange, talking to Samantha Asprelli, the founder of Give and Glow. Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you so much.